Picture this. You wake up to a bright morning, the kitchen smells familiar, and you reach for the soft, white loaf or those sweet, convenient toast slices you've eaten for years. You spread butter, take a bite, and think nothing of it, because bread is healthy, right? But what if that daily ritual is silently sabotaging your health, especially after 50? What if your trusted bread is fueling inflammation, spiking your blood sugar, and accelerating the very diseases you hope to avoid? Today, we reveal the shocking truth that the bread industry doesn't want you to know. Not all breads are created equal. 4 types of bread act like ticking time bombs for people over 50, raising your risk of heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline. But there are also 4 breads that can nourish your body, energize your mornings, and protect you from the silent killers of aging. Consider this. A Harvard Medical School study found that people who consumed the wrong types of bread daily had a 43% higher risk of dying from heart disease. Meanwhile, research from the Max Planck Institute showed certain bread ingredients fuel chronic inflammation that weakens your immune system and speeds up aging. Imagine starting your day feeling energized instead of sluggish, with smooth joints instead of painful stiffness, and a calm stomach instead of bloating and discomfort, all from choosing the right bread. In this video, we'll uncover the 4 most dangerous breads you must avoid and the 4 healing breads that act like natural medicine for your body. Each segment is backed by cutting-edge science and explained with easy-to-understand tips so you can take control of your health today. If this information is new to you, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. Here on our channel, we share daily life-saving nutrition tips tailored for people over 60, empowering you to make choices that extend your life and improve your vitality. Let's dive into the breads you need to ditch first. Prepare to be shocked by what you're about to learn. Section 1. White bread, the sweetest poison in disguise. You might think white bread is a harmless, familiar part of your breakfast routine, but for anyone over 60, it can be one of the most dangerous foods in your kitchen. Each soft, fluffy slice acts like a sugar bomb in disguise, launching your blood sugar sky high and forcing your body into metabolic chaos. When you bite into white bread, the heavily refined flour, stripped of its natural fibers, vitamins, and minerals, turns almost instantly into glucose. This causes a rapid blood sugar spike, which is especially harmful if you're over 60 and your body's ability to process insulin has already slowed down. Imagine your blood sugar as a calm lake. White bread is like dropping a massive stone, sending waves of chaos through your system. Studies from the University of Toronto found that eating 2 slices of WHI, your body responds by flooding your bloodstream with insulin to bring levels down. But for seniors, this repeated insulin surge leads to insulin resistance, paving the way for type 2 diabetes, a finding backed by Harvard Medical School. Over time, these constant spikes and crashes leave you feeling tired, irritable, and craving more carbs, creating a vicious cycle that accelerates aging, causes weight gain, and increases inflammation throughout the body. But it's not just about sugar. White bread is loaded with hidden dangers. Additives like potassium bromate, used to make bread fluffier, have been classified as a possible carcinogen by the International Agency for Research on Cancer. Azotocarbonamide, a chemical also found in yoga mats and shoe soles, is used to bleach flour white. Studies show this compound can cause respiratory issues and allergic reactions, and while it's banned in the EU and many countries, it's still allowed in the US and other p. Even more alarming is the role white bread plays in cognitive decline. A large-scale study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition tracked older adults who regularly ate refined grains and found they had a significantly higher risk of developing dementia. This happens because constant blood sugar spikes damage blood vessels in the brain, impairing circulation and accelerating brain aging. White bread also contributes to dangerous belly fat, known as visceral fat, which wraps around vital organs. This type of fat releases inflammatory molecules linked to heart attacks, strokes, and cancer. Research shows seniors with higher visceral fat levels have a dramatically increased risk of chronic diseases and premature death. Beyond these hidden dangers, white bread's lack of fiber, protein, and healthy fats means it fails to satisfy hunger. Without these key nutrients, your body digests white bread rapidly, sending your blood sugar crashing back down after the initial spike, leaving you hungry, tired, and reaching for more food far sooner than you should. This roller coaster is disastrous for seniors, who already struggle with maintaining stable energy levels. How to protect yourself? Always check labels. If you see enriched wheat flour or refined flour as the first ingredient, skip it. Choose breads labeled 100% whole grain, with natural, simple ingredients you can pronounce. Remember, white bread doesn't just lack nutrients. It actively sabotages your health by causing blood sugar spikes, inflammation, and nutrient deficiencies. White bread might taste comforting and familiar, but for those over 60, it's a silent saboteur that accelerates aging and disease. Ditch it today and take the first step toward better health, because every slice is a choice between life and risk. Section 2. Industrial multigrain breads, hidden sugars and fake health. Many people over 60 reach for breads labeled multigrain or 7-grain, thinking they're making a smart choice. But what if these healthy-sounding loaves are actually wolves in sheep's clothing? Industrial multigrain breads often disguise themselves as nutritious while packing dangerous amounts of hidden sugars and refined flours that quietly undermine your health. At first glance, these breads look hearty and brown, sprinkled with seeds or grains that seem wholesome. Labels scream high in fiber or made with whole grains. But flip the package over and the truth is often shocking. The first ingredients listed are usually refined flours, corn syrup, or glucose-fructose syrups. These industrial multigrain breads are typically little more than white bread dyed brown with molasses or caramel coloring, an illusion created by the food industry to trick health conscious. A study by the Max Planck Institute revealed that over 60% of so-called multigrain breads sold in supermarkets contain more than 4 grams of added sugar per slice. That's equivalent to nearly a teaspoon of sugar in 2 slices, before you add jam or honey. For seniors, these hidden sugars spike blood sugar levels, fuel chronic inflammation, and drive the cycle of insulin resistance, setting the stage for type 2 diabetes. Even more troubling, these breads often rely on artificial fiber additives, like cellulose powder or isolated chicory root fiber, that don't have the same beneficial effects as naturally occurring fibers found in real whole grains. Synthetic fibers may increase the total fiber number on the label, but do little to support healthy digestion or a balanced gut microbiome. In fact, some of these additives can cause bloating, gas, and disrupt the delicate bacterial balance in your intestines. Marketing terms like made with whole grains don't guarantee a healthy product. According to a Harvard School of Public Health analysis, products can legally use this phrase if they include as little as 8 grams of whole grain per serving, even if the rest of the bread is mostly refined flour. This deceptive labeling practice misleads well-meaning consumers into eating what they think is heart-healthy bread, when in reality it spikes their blood sugar, just like white bread. Even worse, industrial multigrain breads often contain preservatives like calcium propionate to prolong shelf life, emulsifiers to keep texture soft, and other additives linked to gut inflammation and impaired immune function. Serious concerns for seniors who already face slower digestion and weakened immunity. How to protect yourself. Always read the first 3 ingredients on the label. If refined flour, sugar, or syrup is listed, don't buy it. Look for breads labeled 100% whole grain, with ingredients like whole wheat flour, whole rye, or sprouted grains listed first. Beware of vague terms like multigrain or made with whole grains that can hide unhealthy recipes. Don't let clever marketing fool you. Industrial multigrain breads can be just as harmful as white bread, sometimes worse. Choose wisely, because your daily bread should nourish your body, not drain your health. Section 3. Ready-to-bake breads, additives and trans fats that destroy your body. Imagine waking up on a Sunday morning to the comforting aroma of warm, golden rolls pulled straight from the oven. Those convenient ready-to-bake breads found in supermarket freezers. They seem like the perfect shortcut to a fresh breakfast. But behind this cozy image lies one of the most dangerous traps for people over 60. A cocktail of harmful additives, trans fats, and chemicals that can silently destroy your health meal after meal. Ready-to-bake breads, also known as par-baked or frozen dough breads, are industrial products engineered for maximum convenience and shelf life, not for your well-being. They undergo complex manufacturing processes involving rapid freezing, chemical stabilizers, and vacuum packaging that can keep them edible for months. While this technology may be impressive from a logistical perspective, it comes at a devastating cost to your health, especially as you age. A typical ready-to-bake roll or baguette can contain 15 to 20 additives, emulsifiers like E471 or E472E that disrupt the mucosal lining of your intestines, weakening your gut barrier and promoting chronic low-grade inflammation, an underlying cause of countless age-related diseases. Phosphates are commonly added to improve dough texture and extend shelf life, but research published in the journal Advances in Chronic Kidney Disease shows that excess dietary phosphates can strain aging kidneys and contribute to osteoporosis by leaching calcium from your bones. Perhaps the greatest hidden danger is trans fats, partially hydrogenated oils used to give baked goods a desirable texture and long shelf life. Trans fats have been conclusively linked to cardiovascular disease, as they raise LDL, bad cholesterol, and lower HDL, good cholesterol. A landmark study in the New England Journal of Medicine showed that consuming just 2 grams of trans fats daily increases your risk of heart disease by 23%, and seniors are especially vulnerable as their cardiovascular systems naturally weaken with age. Alarmingly, a single ready-to-bake croissant or roll can contain up to 1.5 grams of trans fats, almost your entire daily limit in just one bite. Another insidious risk is acrylamide, a carcinogenic compound formed when starchy foods like bread are baked at high temperatures. The European Food Safety Authority and the World Health Organization both warn that long-term exposure to acrylamide increases cancer risk and may cause neurotoxicity. For seniors, who are already at increased risk of cognitive decline, the combination of acrylamide and age-related brain changes can be especially dangerous, accelerating memory loss and impairing mental sharpness. But the dangers don't stop there. Palm oil, a common fat used in frozen dough products because it is cheap and resistant to rancidity, has been shown in studies from the University of Barcelona to increase systemic inflammation. Elevated inflammation is a key factor behind many conditions that plague seniors, including arthritis, heart disease, and even Alzheimer's disease. Preservatives like calcium propionate are another standard ingredient in ready-to-bake breads. While these chemicals prevent mold growth, they have been linked to headaches, irritability, and digestive disturbances. A study published in the Journal of Pediatric Child Health found that children who consumed bread with calcium propionate exhibited increased hyperactivity and behavioral problems. While this study focused on children, it raises concerns about the neurological effects of long-term exposure in seniors. Then there's the issue of packaging. To keep these breads shelf-stable, manufacturers use modified atmosphere packaging (MAP) with oxygen absorbers and inert gases like nitrogen or carbon dioxide. While generally recognized as safe in small amounts, chronic exposure to the residues of these chemicals, especially in the context of a weakened liver and slower metabolism common in seniors, could contribute to cumulative toxicity, burdening detoxification pathways over time. Lastly, ready-to-bake breads often have high levels of added salt and sugar, 2 ingredients that pose a double threat. Excess sodium increases blood pressure, putting seniors at higher risk of stroke and heart failure. Meanwhile, hidden sugars contribute to blood sugar spikes, increasing the likelihood of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. How to protect yourself? Always check the ingredient list. More than 5 unfamiliar or unpronounceable additives is a red flag. Prioritize freshly baked breads from local artisan bakeries that use traditional recipes and minimal ingredients. Consider baking your own bread. Simple recipes using whole grains, water, yeast, and salt offer unbeatable control over what you eat. Remember, every time you choose convenience over quality, you risk ingesting a stew of chemicals that age your body from the inside out. Ready-to-bake breads may look and smell irresistible, but they are anything but harmless. For seniors aiming to preserve vitality and reduce disease risk, skipping these industrial bread products is one of the most powerful dietary decisions you can make. Section 4. Industrial gluten-free breads, the silent blood sugar bomb. Gluten-free breads have exploded in popularity, often touted as the ultimate healthy choice. For people with celiac disease or genuine gluten sensitivity, avoiding gluten is essential. But for the vast majority of seniors who do not have a medical reason to cut gluten, switching to industrial gluten-free breads can be a disastrous mistake, one that silently wrecks your blood sugar and accelerates chronic diseases. Most commercial gluten-free breads are made not from whole grains, but from highly refined starches like white rice flour, potato starch, corn starch, or tapioca starch. These ingredients lack fiber and protein, which means they are digested almost instantly, spiking blood sugar faster than white bread. In fact, a study from the University of Sydney found that the average glycemic index, GI, of gluten-free bread is around 90, compared to about 70 for white bread. This makes many gluten-free loaves behave in Y. These blood sugar surges are especially dangerous for seniors, whose insulin sensitivity is naturally reduced with age. Constant spikes and crashes strain the pancreas, increase insulin resistance, and elevate the risk of type 2 diabetes, a risk already high among those over 60. A landmark study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who frequently consumed high GI foods had a 78% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who ate lower GI options. Even worse, to make gluten-free bread palatable, manufacturers often add sugar, vegetable oils, emulsifiers, and gums like xanthan or guar. These additives help mimic the texture of wheat bread, but offer zero nutritional benefit. A comprehensive analysis by Consumer Reports revealed that many gluten-free breads contain up to twice as much sugar as regular bread and significantly more fat, turning a seemingly healthy alternative into a metabolic nightmare. These refined starches also lack the essential nutrients found in whole grains, such as magnesium, zinc, and B vitamins, nutrients that are vital for heart health, brain function, and energy production. Seniors who rely on gluten-free breads without medical necessity risk nutrient deficiencies that can worsen fatigue, cognitive decline, and muscle weakness. One of the most deceptive aspects of industrial gluten-free breads is their marketing. Phrases like natural, wholesome, or ancient grains are liberally used to mislead shoppers. Yet when you read the fine print, these breads are often filled with modified starches and added sugars, despite being sold at prices 3 or 4 times higher than regular bread. It's a profitable industry built on consumer fears rather than real health benefits. Moreover, gluten-free breads often include additives like hydroxypropyl methylcellulose, a synthetic thickener also used in construction materials, that can cause bloating, gas, and digestive upset in sensitive individuals. For seniors with slower digestion, these ingredients may exacerbate gastrointestinal discomfort and reduce quality of life. How to protect yourself? Only go gluten-free if you have been medically diagnosed with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity. Choose gluten-free breads made with whole food ingredients like buckwheat, quinoa, or millet, not refined starches. Always read the first 5 ingredients. If they include starches, syrups, or gums high on the list, look for alternatives. For most seniors, industrial gluten-free breads are a silent blood sugar bomb, worse than white bread in many ways. Choosing real whole grain or traditional sourdough breads will better support stable energy, healthier aging, and a stronger body. Section 5. Sourdough whole grain, the gut-healing superfood. Imagine cutting into a hearty, crusty loaf of sourdough made from whole grains. The tangy aroma, chewy texture, and rich flavor offer more than just a delightful eating experience. For seniors, true sourdough whole grain bread is a powerful ally in the fight against inflammation, unstable blood sugar, and digestive problems. Unlike modern commercial breads, real sourdough uses ancient fermentation techniques that transform grains into a healing food for your body. The magic of sourdough lies in its starter, a living culture of wild yeasts and lactic acid bacteria that naturally leaven the bread. During the slow fermentation process, these bacteria break down gluten, predigest complex carbohydrates, and release beneficial compounds. A groundbreaking study published in Food Microbiology showed that sourdough fermentation reduces gluten content by up to 90%, making it easier to digest even for some with mild gluten sensitivities. But the benefits don't stop there. The fermentation also transforms the bread's starch structure, dramatically lowering its glycemic index, GI. While white bread spikes blood sugar with a GI of 70 or more, authentic sourdough can reduce the GI to as low as 54, helping seniors maintain stable energy and avoid dangerous sugar crashes. This is critical because stable blood sugar supports mental clarity, reduces inflammation, and protects against age-related diseases like type 2 diabetes. The unique lactic acid bacteria in sourdough act as powerful probiotics, feeding your gut microbiome and strengthening your immune system. A healthy gut is the foundation of health, particularly for seniors, because it improves nutrient absorption, reduces systemic inflammation, and supports mental well-being. Studies from the University of Bologna found that seniors who regularly consumed sourdough bread had significantly higher levels of beneficial gut bacteria and lower markers of inflammation compared to those who ate conventional breads. Moreover, sourdough fermentation breaks down phytic acid, a natural compound in grains that binds minerals like iron, magnesium, and zinc. By neutralizing phytic acid, sourdough makes these minerals more bioavailable, allowing seniors' bodies to absorb nutrients more efficiently. This is especially important since many older adults struggle with deficiencies that weaken immunity, bones, and muscles. Sourdough's benefits extend to heart health, too. A study in Nutrition Research Reviews found that seniors who replaced refined breads with whole-grain sourdough reduced their LDL cholesterol and experienced improvements in blood pressure, thanks to better insulin sensitivity and the anti-inflammatory effects of sourdough's organic acids. How to choose authentic sourdough. Look for short ingredient lists, just whole grain flour, water, salt, and starter, no yeast or additives. Choose breads fermented for at least 12 hours. True sourdough requires time to develop its health benefits. Avoid supermarket sourdough labeled loaves that contain yeast or chemical leaveners. These shortcut versions lack the probiotic and digestive benefits. True sourdough whole grain bread is not just bread. It's a gut-healing, blood sugar-stabilizing superfood that helps seniors maintain vibrant health, strong immunity, and steady energy. Choosing authentic sourdough can transform your daily meals into powerful medicine for a longer, healthier life. Section 6. Sprouted bread, unlocking the nutritional power of grains. Imagine biting into a slice of bread that doesn't just fill you up, but feeds your body with activated nutrients, living enzymes, and easily digestible proteins. For seniors, sprouted bread is like a nutritional time machine, bringing back the vitality and resilience of youth by unleashing the full potential of whole grains. Sprouting is the ancient process of soaking grains until they begin to germinate. This natural awakening triggers powerful biochemical changes inside each grain. Enzymes break down complex starches into simpler sugars, proteins into amino acids, and phytic acid, which blocks mineral absorption, into harmless compounds. This means seniors who eat sprouted bread absorb far more magnesium, iron, zinc, and B vitamins than they ever could from regular whole grain bread. A study from the University of Minnesota found that sprouted grains contain up to 300% more antioxidants than unsprouted grains, providing protection against oxidative stress, a key driver of aging and chronic diseases. Meanwhile, fiber in sprouted bread becomes softer and more soluble, making it easier to digest and gentler on senior digestive systems, which often slow down with age. Sprouting also boosts levels of GABA, gamma-aminobutyric acid, an amino acid known for calming the nervous system and improving sleep. For seniors struggling with insomnia or anxiety, sprouted bread can be a gentle, natural way to support better rest and mood balance. A Japanese study published in Bioscience, Biotechnology, and Biochemistry found that elderly adults who consumed GABA-rich sprouted grains experienced significant improvements in sleep quality and stress resilience. Another key benefit of sprouted bread is its lower glycemic response. Because enzymes partially break down the starch, blood sugar rises more slowly after meals compared to regular breads, helping maintain energy levels and reducing the risk of insulin resistance. Research in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism demonstrated that seniors eating sprouted grain bread had 25% lower post-meal blood sugar spikes compared to those consuming whole wheat bread. Sprouted bread's protein quality is also exceptional. As grains sprout, their protein structures shift, increasing the concentration of essential amino acids like lysine, which supports muscle maintenance, a critical need for seniors to prevent sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. Combined with its high fiber content, sprouted bread helps keep digestion regular and supports a healthy gut microbiome. How to choose authentic sprouted bread. Look for the word sprouted at the top of the ingredients list, not just on the label. Opt for breads made entirely from sprouted grains rather than those with only a small percentage added for marketing appeal. The fewer ingredients, the better. Genuine sprouted breads should only contain sprouted grains, water, salt, and sometimes a natural sweetener. Sprouted bread isn't just a trend. It's nature's way of transforming simple grains into a powerful, bioavailable source of nutrition. Choosing sprouted bread can help seniors boost nutrient absorption, protect their hearts, balance blood sugar, and age with greater strength and vitality. Section 7. Traditional rye bread, the fiber-rich shield for your heart. Picture a hearty, dark loaf of traditional rye bread, dense with whole grains and a subtly tangy aroma. A staple in Nordic countries where some of the world's healthiest and longest-living seniors reside. Traditional rye bread is more than just a flavorful base for your breakfast or sandwich. It's a proven protector of heart health, digestive wellness, and stable blood sugar, making it an essential choice for anyone over 60 seeking to extend vitality and energy. Unlike refined wheat breads, traditional rye bread is packed with soluble and insoluble fibers, especially arabinoxalins, that feed the good bacteria in your gut. This prebiotic effect is critical for seniors, as it supports a healthy microbiome, reduces systemic inflammation, and strengthens immune defenses. A study in Nutrients Journal found that older adults who ate rye-based diets had significantly higher levels of beneficial gut bacteria, like bifidobacteria, compared to those who consumed refined grain B. Perhaps most impressively, rye's fiber helps regulate blood sugar and insulin. Rye bread has a lower glycemic index than white or whole wheat bread, leading to smaller, steadier increases in blood sugar after meals. A large study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition demonstrated that participants eating traditional rye experienced 35% lower post-meal insulin responses, a benefit that's essential for seniors who want to reduce their risk of type 2 diabetes. Rye is also uniquely rich in lignans, plant compounds with powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Lignans have been shown to support hormone balance, improve cardiovascular health, and protect against certain cancers, including breast and prostate cancers. For seniors, consuming rye bread provides a natural way to lower inflammation, balance cholesterol, and promote heart health. The Kuopio Ischemic Heart Disease Risk Factor Study in Finland found that men who ate high amounts of rye bread Additionally, rye bread supplies important minerals like magnesium, which is vital for muscle function, nerve health, and maintaining normal heart rhythms. Many seniors unknowingly suffer from magnesium deficiency, contributing to fatigue, cramps, and increased heart risks. Traditional rye can help bridge this nutrient gap. How to choose authentic traditional rye bread. Look for breads listing whole rye flour or whole rye meal as the first ingredient, not refined wheat. Seek dense, dark loaves with a hearty texture. Authentic rye is heavy and moist, not fluffy like white bread. Avoid so-called rye breads, made mostly from wheat flour with a splash of rye for coloring. Incorporating traditional rye bread into your diet isn't just a culinary pleasure. It's an investment in your heart, blood sugar stability, and long-term well-being. For seniors aiming to stay active and sharp, rye is a delicious daily shield against the chronic diseases of aging. Section 8. Oat spelt bread, the perfect duo for seniors' vitality. Imagine a loaf that blends two ancient grains, oats and spelt, each bringing powerful health benefits that help seniors thrive with more energy, stronger hearts, and better resilience against age-related decline. Oat spelt bread isn't just delicious, it's a nutritional powerhouse that can transform breakfast into a daily investment in your health. Oats are celebrated for their rich content of beta-glucan, a soluble fiber that acts like a sponge in your digestive tract, binding to cholesterol and helping eliminate it from the body. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors consuming at least 3 grams of beta-glucan daily lowered LDL cholesterol by 10%, significantly cutting their risk of heart attack and stroke. But beta-glucan's benefits go further. It stabilizes blood sugar by slowing digestion and spelt, an ancient wheat relative, contributes a unique combination of protein, fiber, and minerals often lacking in modern diets. Unlike today's hybridized wheat, spelt retains a simpler, more easily digestible gluten structure, making it gentler on senior digestive systems. A European clinical trial involving adults over 60 revealed that adding spelt to the diet reduced bloating and improved gut comfort by 35%. Spelt is also rich in magnesium, which supports heart rhythms, zinc, essential for immu. When oats and spelt are combined in one loaf, they create a powerful synergy. Oat-soluble fiber slows glucose absorption, helping to avoid spikes and crashes in blood sugar, while spelt's protein and complex carbohydrates provide steady, lasting energy, keeping seniors energized and mentally focused for hours. This balance is especially important for older adults who may experience fatigue or cognitive dips with highly processed breads. Moreover, oat spelt bread delivers a nutritional arsenal of antioxidants and micronutrients. Oats contribute avenanthramides, potent polyphenol found almost exclusively in oats, that reduce arterial stiffness, lower blood pressure, and soothe inflammation. Studies at Tufts University showed that older adults who consumed avenanthramides regularly had 30% better arterial flexibility, lowering the risk of heart disease. Spelt brings iron, which prevents anemia, B vitamins that support brain function, This bread's minerals also strengthen bones, a critical concern for seniors. Phosphorus and manganese from oats support bone density, while spelt's magnesium improves calcium metabolism. Together, these nutrients reduce the risk of osteoporosis and fractures. Additionally, the natural prebiotic fibers in oats and spelt feed beneficial gut bacteria, boosting immunity and supporting a healthy digestive environment, which is key to nutrient absorption and overall wellness in later life. How to choose authentic oat spelt bread? Look for whole oat or whole spelt as the first ingredients, avoiding blends that rely mostly on refined wheat. Prefer breads baked with minimal natural ingredients, whole grains, water, yeast or sourdough starter, and salt. Beware of brands adding sugar, oils, or additives. True oat spelt bread doesn't need these to be moist and flavorful. For seniors, oat spelt bread is more than just food. It's a daily step towards stronger hearts, better brain health, improved digestion, and more vibrant energy. Choosing this wholesome bread ensures each meal fuels your journey to a longer, healthier, more active life. Your action steps starting today. Read bread labels carefully. Look for whole grains, minimal ingredients, and fermentation or sprouting processes. Avoid products that hide behind health claims but list refined flours, added sugars, or synthetic additives. Support local bakeries that make real breads with traditional methods. They're often your best ally for nutritious choices. If this video helped you understand how bread choices impact your health, click like, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to our channel for more life-changing health insights. Tell us in the comments, what kind of bread do you eat now, and what healthy change will you make today? We read every comment and celebrate every step you take toward a healthier, more vibrant life. Your health is not determined by fate. It's shaped by the choices you make every day. Start with the bread on your table, and let each meal become an opportunity to heal, nourish, and protect your body. Because when it comes to bread, you truly hold your future in your hands.